Welcome. In this explainer, we're going to be exploring a concept we call precision hospitality. Now, this is a really powerful AI-driven strategy, and it's completely changing how modern hotels can enhance the guest experience and, at the same time, boost their revenue. It's a real game changer.
Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert with a deep background in modern hospitality operations, and it's my pleasure to be guiding you through this learning journey with the Europe Hotel School. You see, here at the school, our focus is always on practical knowledge, stuff you can actually use in real-world operations. And this strategy, it's a perfect example of the kind of innovation that's shaping the future of our industry. So I'm really pleased to be able to guide you through it.
Okay, so let's start with a core challenge, one that, honestly, every single one of us in this industry has faced at some point. The problem with the traditional hard sell, right? For decades, this has been such a huge missed opportunity, and it really just all comes down to how it's done.
I mean, just think about this scenario for a second, because we've all seen it happen. Timing and context, they're absolutely everything. A guest who is just exhausted after a long flight, all they want is their room key. A sales pitch at that moment, that doesn't feel like service. It feels like an obstacle, an interruption. And that is the exact moment you can lose a guest's goodwill for good. And this comparison here, it really gets to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? So on one side, you have that traditional upsell. You know the one. It's pushy, it's awkward, and the timing is almost always terrible. And no surprise, the conversion rates are really low. But then you have the AI-powered approach that we're going to break down. It's helpful, it's personalized, and it hits the guest right at their peak of interest. The result? High revenue that comes from feeling like a genuinely helpful service.
So, this really brings us to a whole new philosophy. We have to stop thinking about upselling as just some sales tactic. We need to start seeing it for what it can be, an extension of our service commitment. It's all about enhancing the guest stay, not just, pumping up our bottom line.
And the goal we're all aiming for here is something we call frictionless upselling. What does that mean? Well, it's all about using technology to make the whole process so smooth, so relevant, that it honestly feels like the hotel is anticipating your needs, maybe even before you realize you have them yourself. It's that seamless. And this is the crucial shift in mindset we teach at the Europe Hotel School. Modern upselling is a form of enhanced service. Because think about it, when you let AI handle the offer, it frees up your staff to handle the guest. It lets them focus on providing that warm, human welcome that technology, frankly, can never replace. Okay, let's get into our first practical strategy and see how this actually works. You see, the guest journey doesn't just start at the check-in desk. No, it starts days, sometimes weeks before they even arrive. And that pre-arrival phase, that is the golden window of opportunity for this kind of frictionless upselling. So how does this actually work in practice? Well, you've got platforms out there that automate this entire flow. It's pretty smart. A few days before the guest is set to arrive, the AI gets to work. First, it analyzes the guest's profile. Then, based on all that data, it generates a perfectly tailored offer. And finally, it delivers that offer right to their email or phone. It's a simple three-step process that just hums along seamlessly behind the scenes. And the real key here is that these offers are not random shots in the dark. So if you have a couple on a romantic weekend trip, maybe they get an offer for a package with champagne and late checkout. But a solo business traveler, they might get an offer for an upgrade to the quiet zone, or a bundle with gym access and a healthy breakfast. See? Because these suggestions are actually rooted in the guest's likely needs, they come across as helpful ideas, not just another sales pitch. But the intelligence here goes even deeper than just personalization. It's also about the price. This is where dynamic pricing comes in. What this means is that the AI is constantly talking to the hotel's revenue management system. It's looking at inventory, it's looking at demand, and it's using all that info to figure out the absolute perfect price for an upgrade at any given moment. So here's a perfect example. Let's say the system sees 10 empty suites on a quiet Tuesday night. Well, it can offer an upgrade at a really attractive, low price to help get those rooms filled. But what if there's only one suite left on a packed Saturday? The price is going to automatically rise to capture the absolute maximum value from that high demand. It's supply and demand in real time. And what's the ultimate business goal here? Well, it's all about maximizing a really key metric, TRevPAR, which stands for Total Revenue Per Available Room. You have to remember, a hotel room is perishable inventory. If it sits empty for a night, that revenue is just gone. It's lost forever. This strategy is all about turning that potential loss into pure profit. All right, so the opportunity definitely doesn't end once the guest checks in. In fact, it's just getting started. So let's look at how this exact same philosophy can be applied during their stay, using real-time data to create some really genuine moments of delight. The key concept we need to understand here is something called contextual triggers. So platforms let guests access hotel services right from their own phones. The AI can then tap into real-time information, something as simple as the local weather forecast, to push these incredibly relevant, just-in-time offers. Just imagine this. You're a guest in London, and suddenly it starts to pour down rain. Your afternoon plans are totally ruined. Then a little notification pops up on your phone with this exact offer. It's not just a good deal, right? It's a solution to your immediate problem. And for the hotel, well, it just filled an otherwise empty slot in the spa schedule. That right there is the power of context. So, as we start to bring all of this together, it becomes really, really clear that this isn't just about using fancy technology for the sake of it. Not at all. It's about creating a true win-win scenario, one that benefits both the hotel and the guest. Let's break it down. For the hotel, the benefits are crystal clear. You're looking at increased ancillary revenue, maximized TRPAR, and you're filling those gaps in service schedules, all while taking pressure off your front desk team. And for the guest, their experience is completely transformed. They get these personalized, genuinely helpful offers that lead to a more luxurious, tailored stay. Most importantly, they feel understood and cared for, not like they're being sold to. This right here is the new standard of hospitality. And that brings us to a final, really important thought. As these AI systems get better and better, as they perfect personalization and automate the ask, we have to consider our own role in all of this. So I want to leave you with this question to really reflect on. What then becomes the new, elevated role for the human touch in the true art of hospitality?